ಈ ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಲೆಕ್ಚರಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಇನ್ಹೋಮೋಜಿನಿಯಸ್ ಒನ್ ಡೈಮೆನ್ಷನಲ್ ಡಿಫ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಇಕ್ವೇಷನ್ ತಗೊಂಡು ಅದನ್ನ ಹೇಗೆ ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್ ಸಪರಬಲ್ ಮೆಥಡ್ ತರ ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬಹುದು ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ನೋಡೋಣ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಇಕ್ವೇಷನ್ಸ್ ರೆಡ್ಯೂಸಿಬಲ್ ಟು ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್ ಸಪರಬಲ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್. ಇದನ್ನ ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮಾಡಿಫೈಡ್ ಪ್ರೊಸೀಜರ್ ಟು ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಇನ್ಹೋಮೋಜಿನಿಯಸ್ ಒನ್ ಡೈಮೆನ್ಷನಲ್ ಡಿಫ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಇಕ್ವೇಷನ್ ಬೈ ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್ ಸಪರಬಲ್ ಮೆಥಡ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ಹೋಮೋಜಿನಿಟಿ ಎಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ನೋಡಿ. ಇಕ್ವೇಷನ್ ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಒನ್ ಡೈಮೆನ್ಷನಲ್ ಹೀಟ್ ಇಕ್ವೇಷನ್ ಇದೆ. ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸಿ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಇಕ್ವೇಷನ್ 1 you see that there is one dimensional heat equation plus f of x. So this is the term which is contributing to the inhomogeneity of this problem, and this is one dimension, therefore we are seeking once again the heat conduction in a rod from when the heat is supplied at one end, and see how the heat is getting conducted to the other end. The length of the rod is 0 to L, and this is for all time t greater than or equal to 0. This equation has to be solved subjected to, you can see here, first order derivative in t, therefore one condition on t which is called initial condition, second order derivative in x, therefore two conditions on the space variable x, therefore there are two boundary conditions. So this equation 1 has to be solved subjected to the initial condition 2 and the boundary conditions 3. So as I told you, this is an inhomogeneous equation which can be reduced to variable separable form by slightly modifying the procedure that what we have seen while solving the one dimensional heat equation using Fourier decomposition method or variable separable method. If you remember, there we had assumed the solution u of x comma t is equal to the product of a function of x and a function of t, that is capital X into capital T, where capital X was a function of x and capital T was a function of t. The similar way here, what we need to do is we need to assume the solution in such a way that this equation gets reduced to a variable separable form and hence can be easily solved. So let us take the solution of the equation 1 as u of x comma t is equal to capital U of x plus capital V of x comma t. You can see in the equation also small u is a function of x and t, and there is a pure function of x. So accordingly you take the solution u of x comma t as a pure function of x and a function of x and t. Call this as equation 4. Now we have, since we have assumed 4 as the solution of equation 1, which means that equation 4 has to satisfy equation 1. So we need dou u by dou t. We also need dou square u by dou x square. So take equation 4, differentiate that with respect to t. Again take equation 4 and differentiate that equation 4 twice with respect to x, and then substitute in 1. So what do we get? So when you differentiate u with respect to t, you can see that the first term vanishes as it is a function of x, which means it is a constant when you are differentiating with respect to t. So you will have dou u by dou t will now look like simply dou v by dou t. But the second, on the RHS, you have u as a function of x, derivative differentiation of u twice with respect to x, and you can see here u, which has been splitted into two functions u and capital V. Both of them are functions of x, therefore you will get kappa into d square u by dx square. Illi matra ordinary derivative barutte, yakandre pure function of x ide. So ordinary derivative bardru onde, partial derivative bardru onde. Adre second function enagutte, partial differentiation barutte, because v is a function of both x and t, and v is being differentiated twice with respect to x when you have substituted u is equal to small u is equal to capital U plus capital V. So f of x remains as it is. Now you see, now you can see a pure function of x and a function of x and t. So now you try to equate them. So let us take kappa d square u by dx square plus f of x is equal to 0, so that dou v by dou t is equal to kappa dou square v by dou x square. So this, call them as equations 5 and 6. Now look at this equation 6. So this is looking like our usual one-dimensional heat equation what we have studied earlier. So for this we need to get two conditions in terms of capital V, which can be obtained again by using the initial and boundary conditions, which are in terms of small u and using equation 4 we can try to get that. And you can also see that there is one equation 5 which is a second order differential equation which can be easily solved for capital U by integrating it twice with respect to x. So when you do that, you know that you are going to get two constants, and to get those constants we will get two conditions on U when we are trying to get the solutions for the solution of equation 6. So now what we have to do is we have to convert small u, whatever the initial and boundary conditions are there in terms of small u, in terms of capital U and capital V. So let us take u 4 into, substitute 4 into, so that what we'll get, u of x comma 0 will now look like capital U of x plus capital V of x comma 0, because small u is capital U plus capital V. Wherever there is t, put t equal to 0 will give you f of x. So easily you can solve for v at x comma 0 will give you f of x minus u of x. So how do you get this u of x? I already told you equation 5, when you integrate twice with respect to x you are going to get capital U of x, which can be used here as a initial condition for the problem 6, that equation 6. Now use the other conditions 4 in 3. The boundary conditions. Use the solution 4 in boundary conditions so that you will get u at 0 plus v at 0 comma t is equal to alpha, and u at L plus v at L comma t is equal to beta. Here once again we can see that you can equate u at 0 is equal to alpha and u at L is equal to beta, because capital V is seen here as a function of t. And here you have alpha and beta which are constants. Therefore, you can equate the constants u at 0 is equal to alpha and u at L is equal to beta, which gives you v at 0 comma t equal to 0 and v at L comma t is equal to 0. So you see in this process we got the conditions for solving equation 6. We wanted one initial condition and two boundary conditions, which we got here. See, initial condition we got it here and the boundary conditions we got them here. Okay, we got the boundary conditions here. So while doing so, we have got the conditions for the solution of equation 5 also, because equation 5 was the solution for u, which was obtained by integrating equation 5 twice with respect to x. When you integrate equation 5 twice with respect to x, it is obvious that we are going to get two constants, and to get the constants you have two conditions here. U at 0 is equal to alpha and u at L is equal to beta. So you can easily get capital U also, which can be used in the initial condition of the problem 6. So now for solving the given initial value problem, we need to solve two subproblems. Subproblem 1 is kappa dou square u by dou x square plus f of x is equal to 0, which was equation 5. Now we know we have the conditions for equation 5, as u at 0 is equal to alpha and u at L is equal to beta. So you solve this, you will be getting your capital U of x. And I'm sorry, here you just make it as capital U. And subproblem 2 is dou v by dou t is equal to kappa dou square v by dou x square, and the conditions are v at x comma 0 is equal to f of x minus u of x, and the boundary conditions are here you have got in 8 and 9. V at 0 comma t is equal to 0 and v at L comma t is equal to 0. Andre ee problem na separate ಆಗಿ solve ಮಾಡಿ ಅದರ conditions apply ಮಾಡಿ capital U ನ find out ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. ಇಲ್ಲಿ capital U ಬರ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. capital U ನ find out ಮಾಡಿದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಈಕ್ವೇಷನ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ 2 ಗೆ ಹೋಗಬೇಕು. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಮಗೆ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಯು ಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಅದನ್ನ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಇದು ನಮಗೆ ಒನ್ ಡೈಮೆನ್ಷನಲ್ ಹೀಟ್ ಈಕ್ವೇಷನ್ ತರನೇ ಇದೆ, ವಿತ್ ಒನ್ ಇನಿಷಿಯಲ್ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಟೂ ಹೋಮೋಜಿನಿಯಸ್ ಬೌಂಡ್ರಿ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್. ಸೊ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಯೂಸ್ ದ ಸೇಮ್ ಪ್ರೊಸೀಜರ್ of solving the one dimensional heat equation by variable separable method for Dirichlet problem. V find out ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, V specify ಆಗಿದೆ. Therefore Dirichlet problem ಗೆ ಯಾವ ತರ ಸೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವೋ ಅದೇ ತರ ಸೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ನಮಗೆ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ V ಕೂಡ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ U ಬಂತು, ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ V ಬಂತು. ಅವಾಗ ನಾವು ಸೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ನ small u at x comma t from 4 equation 4 we can see that we had assumed small u at x comma t as capital U of x plus V of x comma t, which are obtained as the solutions of equation subproblem 1 and subproblem 2. Hence, you will be getting, combining them together, you will be getting the solution of inhomogeneous one-dimensional diffusion equation by using this modified procedure. So now what you do is, you take this problem, you can see here, this problem f of x is, this is a particular problem, what we discussed was more general. Now you have f of x being specified, capital F of x and small f of x being specified. So use the same procedure, but the solution will not be so simple. What you can do is, here we have said that by solving these two, we answer, combining that solution in equation 4, we get the solution. But here you will have to solve these two equations, because you know your capital F of x, you also know your small f of x, and hence you can get your capital U of x, use it in this equation and try to solve this equation. So you try to solve this equation by using what we have discussed just now. The problem, how to get into sub problems 1 and 2, and then solve those sub problems to get the complete solution of this inhomogeneous one-dimensional diffusion equation by using the variable separable method. Thank you.